Hello everyone, hope you are all well and having a lovely day so far. Welcome to this practice with me, Amy. I will be your teacher for the day if you haven't practiced with me before. And if you're here all the time, then welcome back. So this is a class following a request for another strong, slow flow. This is definitely going to be a more advanced class, so don't be deceived by the fact it is a slow flow. It's definitely going to challenge our strength, our balance, our flexibility. It's going to be a nice juicy warm-up, and then it'll be a really long flow that we'll just do once on each side, and then a juicy cool down as well. So the whole flow hopefully be quite nice, spacious, taking a few breaths in each pose, really feeling into it, building our strength and our flexibility as we hold. So if that sounds like something that you're up for, then come and meet me on your mat. If you have any other class requests yourself as well, feel free to leave those in the comments and I will try and get around to them eventually. You can also give this video a thumbs up so that I know you enjoyed this style of class and that I should do more like it. And also subscribe so that if I do make another one like it, you can join me for it as well. We will be starting today down on our backs. So if you're not there yet, make your way onto your mat. Find any shape down on your back here that feels comfortable. So this is your practice. Right from the start, you can personalize it as much as you would like. So right now at the start of this practice, let's shift into that mindset of slowing down. Connecting to a slow and deep and rhythmic breath in and out through the nose. So as we hold shapes in this practice, we'll really want to connect to our breath to help us stay calm, to help us stay present and focused. We use a deeper breath to bring a deeper stretch into our bodies. Starting to connect to whatever is alive for you right now internally. So shifting away from any external inputs. Setting aside whatever you were doing before this practice and committing yourself to this time to be present, to move, to breathe. Just gently tugging on the ends of each breath so that it becomes a little bit longer, a little bit deeper, a little bit smoother than the breath that came before. Letting your body be held and supported here by your mat. And again, establishing that connection now, that grounding into the earth, so that you can keep connecting to that as we move through our practice. Always using the ground for support and for stability from which we can lengthen. And of course, throughout this practice, we'll be purposefully bringing in muscular engagement, tension into our muscles, done mindfully, done to serve us, to carry us through our practice, to hold us in our asanas. But here, can you let go of any tension that you don't need, tension that isn't serving you? Tension that you weren't previously aware that you were holding on to. Knowing that there's plenty of time for movement coming up, so just enjoy these final few moments in stillness. Make these final few breaths the deepest breaths that you've taken all day. Draw the right knee into the chest, extend left leg long. Take a few breaths to circle out through the right knee. Circle the ankle, wiggle into the hip. Big or small movements, whatever feels good. And again, thinking of that slow, juicy movement here. Keeping the hands interlaced, can you bring them onto the sole of the foot? Pull the right knee towards the right armpit. Sole of the foot points up to the ceiling, finding a half happy baby. Maybe the right thigh even makes contact with the earth. Keep that left hip grounding down. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Find the contrast between the hands pulling down and the foot pushing back up. Keep the hands around the sole of the foot. Bring the knee towards the center of the chest. Start to straighten the leg. Maybe the thigh pulls in towards the chest. Release the grip on the leg. Bend the knee. Reach the fingertips to the front of the room. Lift the left leg. Then rock yourself up into a pistol squat. Maybe the hips lift. Maybe start to lift the right heel. Point the right knee towards the front of the room. Lower the right heel. Roll all the way down onto your back. Squeeze the right knee in. Left foot lifts. Then rock all the way back up. Once again, lift the hips when you get to the top. Maybe lift the right heel. Find the balance on the tiptoes. Lower the heel, roll all the way onto your back with control. Let's do that one more time. Rock up, plant the right foot, lift the hips. Lift the right heel, come onto the tiptoes, hold. Can you bring the left peace fingers and thumb around the left big toe? Right hand is maybe still lifted. Maybe fall out of it and come back in. Keep hold of the left big toe. Start to roll back onto your back. Sole of the right foot plants on the floor. Pull the left leg in towards you, finding a hamstring stretch. Open the left leg out to the left hand side. Try and keep the right hip grounded. Now, using that grip on the left big toe, can you deliver the foot to the top of the right thigh, finding a half lotus shape? Release the left fingertips. Now, can you bring the right foot onto the top of the left hip, finding a full lotus? Still early on, so this might not be available. Whatever shape you're in, pull the knees in towards the chest. Keep the lower back pressing into the mat. Now start to rock back. Lift the hips away from the earth. Bring the hands onto the lower back, finding a lotus leg shoulder stand. Pointing the knees up towards the ceiling. Now can you draw the knees down in the direction of your shoulders? Keep the legs in lotus. Start to lower the hips down towards the floor. Let the hands slide down the outsides of the thighs towards the knees as you do so. Then let the knees lower down towards the floor so you're lying down with lotus legs. Unravel the legs, catch the left knee in, extend the right leg long. Second side, take a few moments to feel into any movement through the left leg. Hands interlace around the sole of the left foot. Pull the knee towards the armpit, the thigh towards the floor. Knee to chest, leg straight. Release the hands, bend the left knee into the chest. Lift the right leg, rock yourself up, pistol squat. Lift the left heel, catch the balance. Roll back onto your back, lift the legs, keep them in the same configuration. Rock back up, lift the hips. Toe balance, pistol squat. Roll back down for the last time. Bring it back up, lift the hips. Maybe lift the heel. Wobbling everywhere, feel into it. Maybe the left hand stays lifted as you bring right piece, fingers and thumb around the big toe. Plant the left foot, roll onto your back, bring the right leg into the chest with you. Open the right leg straight out to the right hand side. Maybe the foot meets the floor if you are lucky enough to not have a wall in the way. Bring the leg back up. Bring the foot to the top of the left thigh, half lotus. Maybe full lotus. Left foot to the top of the right thigh. Catch the knees, pull the legs in towards you, ground the hips down. Rock back, lift the hips, bring the hands to the lower back, point the knees up. Lower the knees towards the shoulders. Slide the hands down the outsides of the thighs as you lower back onto your back, then let the knees release to the floor. Unravel the legs, catch the knees into the chest. Take a few little circles. Extend the arms up to the ceiling. Rock back, rock forwards, come into a toe balance, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Roll all the way back onto your back, knees to chest. Rock up, catch the toe balance. Roll it back, all the way up. Last time, catch your toe balance and pause. Tap the right knee down towards the mat. Lift it back up. Tap the left knee and lift. Tap both knees. Lift them back up. Try not to fall backwards in the process. Tap right. Lift. Tap left. Lift. Tap both. And lift. Last time right. Left, both. Stay on your tiptoes, open the knees out wide to the sides. Now keep the legs in the same configuration, but start to sit down. Straighten the right leg, fold down over the leg, Janu Sirsasana. Come back upright, reach the arms up. Bring the right foot next to the left. Can you step back up into that wide toe balance? Sit down, keep right leg out, extend left, fold over the leg. Come back up, arms high, feet together, wide toe balance. Sit down, extend right, fold it down. Back up, arms high, feet in, lift hips. Lower down, extend left, lengthen and fold. Back up, feet in. Last time, press up into this wide toe balance. Now bring the wrists in front of the ankles, hinge down. Can you find a bind around the back of the legs? Push the heart forward, draw the shoulder blades back. Can you keep this clasp of the fingertips? Start to lower the heels to the floor, straighten the legs, find a forward fold with the hands behind the ankles. Bend into the knees, have a little sway. Keep contact with the fingertips. Start to come up to stand. Let the hands slide up behind the lower back as you do so. Bring the hands to interlace. Pull the hands down and back. Push the heart up. Find a little back bend. Hinge at the hips. Fold down over the legs. Arms drop up and overhead. Bend the left knee. Tap the shoulder to the knee. Open the chest to the right hand side. Back through center. Over to the other side. Back through center. Over to the left. Through center. Over to the right. One more of each. Through center, hands to shins, flat back. Release the fingertips down to the earth. Can you stay on the fingertips? Take a little hop and land in a floating tabletop. Knees lifted a few inches above the earth. Place the right hand down. Place the left hand down. Back onto the right. Back onto the left. Down left. Down right, up left, up right. Keep it going. Down right, down left, up right, up left, down left, down right, up left, up right. One more each way. Down right, down left, up right, up left, down left, down right, up left, upright. Pause here. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Release the knees. Release the exhale. Untuck the toes. Stay on the fingertips, but walk the hands about 1 footstep or 1 hand step forward. Round through the spine. Draw the chin in towards the chest. Inhale, drop the hands, drop the elbows, open the heart. Exhale, lift the elbows, lift the palms, round the spine. Keep it going. Inhale, forearm cow pose. Exhale, extended fingertip cat pose. Expansive inhale. Full exhale. One more, big breath in. Big breath out. Stay on the fingertips. Tuck under the toes. Lift the knees, send the hips high, downward dog on the fingertips. Take a little pulse into the chest, into the shoulders. Drop the palms to the floor, full downward dog. Have a few moments here to yourself. Get curious about whatever movement feels good. Now inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Can you keep the leg straight? Come onto the right fingertips and tap the right toes to the right wrist. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, tap. One more, big inhale. Big exhale, tap, pause. Step the right tiptoes to the outside of the right hand. Reach the right arm up, twisted lizard. Drop the hips low as you lift the right heel and the right arm high. Start to come up onto just the left fingertips. Stay on the left fingertips. Thread the right arm underneath the right thigh. Right heel is still lifted. Wrap the right arm behind the lower back. Can you bring the left hand to meet the right, finding a bind behind the back? Keep the bind, lower the right heel and spin into right side Skandasana. Keep this bind underneath your legs. Maybe using that contact between the right shoulder and the right knee to bring a deeper opening. Maybe look towards your left foot, spinning the chest even further open. Now, next place we meet is in a bound half moon on the right leg. So start to step onto the right foot. Lift the left leg to the height of the hip. You can adjust the location of the bind if you need to. So it's kind of right beneath your groin. Spin the chest to the side of the room. Point or flex the left toes. In slow motion, start to lower the left foot to the top of the mat. As soon as the left foot lands, lift the right leg, pull the knee up and in towards the shoulder. Maybe start to extend the leg straight, finding your bird of paradise. Keep the bind under the thigh. Place the sole of the right foot on the left thigh, hinge down for a tree pose variation. Keep the torso hinging down, unravel the arms, open them wide to the sides. Come all the way up to stand, keep the legs in tree pose, arms reach to the ceiling. Can you lift the left heel, come onto the tiptoes, lower it back down. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Can you lift the heel? Keep it lifted Just on the left tiptoes, hands still reaching to the ceiling. Squeeze the right knee into the chest. Step the right tiptoes down next to the left tiptoes, bend the knees, tiptoe chair pose. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the heels, sweep the arms back. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the heels. Exhale, lower and sweep. 3 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now bring the hands to interlace behind the lower back. Heels are grounded now. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Press the palms. Bend the knees a little bit deeper. Sink the hips a little bit lower. Come back up onto your tiptoes. Lift the heels as high as you can. Can you stay on the tiptoes as you start to lift the left foot and step it back in slow motion to the back of the mat, landing in crescent lunge, right heel elevated, hands are still bound behind the back. Now can you see if you can lower the left heel to the floor but keep the foot pointing forward? So rather than angling it out into a warrior one position, keep the outside edge of the foot parallel to the outside edge of the mat. Now lower the right heel, lift the left heel, straighten the right leg and hinge down. Then inhale, bend the right knee, lift the right heel, lower the left. Then keep it going between those two shapes. Right heel down, left heel up, hinge down. Left heel down, right heel up, lift back up. Let's do 2 more times. Now hinge down and pause. Can you make contact between the right thigh and your stomach? Then can you keep that contact as you step onto the right leg? Lift the left leg behind you, right knee is bent, arms are still clasped. Inhale here. Everything else stays the same, but exhale, left knee to the back of the right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. 1 more, breathe in. Breathe out, squeeze. Can you keep the left knee in contact with the right leg? Slide it down the right calf, tap the heel, then drop the knee behind the heel, sit down, release the arms, give the right knee a little hug, twist to the right hand side. Maybe find a bind underneath the right knee. Keep the sole of the right foot pressing into the mat. Release the bind. Bring the left hand behind the left hip, reach the right arm forward. Inhale, lift the hips, come onto the right tiptoes. Exhale, tap the hips back down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last time, lift and hold. Can you stay on the right tiptoes but step them towards the right hand side of the mat? Then step the left tiptoes to the top left side of the mat so you're in a 1-arm tiptoe wheel pose. Inhale here. Exhale, tap the hips, tap the heels down. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the heels. Exhale, lower. Last time, lift and hold. Start to lower the right hand down next to the left hand and cross the left knee in front of the right knee as you do so, landing in a cross-legged down dog facing the back of the mat. Drop the knees to the earth, separate the heels, sit down between the heels, Gomukhasana, facing the back. Right elbow up, left hand behind the back, catch the hands, find your Gomukhasana arms. Release the clasp of the hands, bring the hands towards the outside of the left thigh. Lift the hips up so that you can bring the outside of the left thigh onto the backs of the arms. Lift the feet, finding Gomukhasana legs, revolved crow. Straighten both legs, Ekapada Kudinyasana. Bend the knees, bring the knees to touch, twisted crow. Drop the tiptoes to the earth, toe balance, right hand onto left knee, left arm opens up behind you. Plant the left hand back at the top of the mat, reach the right arm up and over, lift the hips back into your one arm wheel. Place the right hand at the top of the mat, cross over at the knees, land back in. A cross leg down dog facing the front of the mat. Left knee is in front of the right knee. Roll forwards into a cross ankle high plank. Roll onto the left hand. Squeeze the left knee into the chest, catch the left knee with the right hand. Keep the knee squeezing in, reach the right arm to the front of the room. Place the right hand down, spin all the way over into Wild Thing, dropping the left leg up and over. Push the hips and the heart high. Lift the left foot to hover above the mat. Bring the left hand to catch the left foot or the left ankle. Keep the foot hovering, reach the left arm back forward. Roll into a three-legged downward dog. Squeeze the left knee in, step the tiptoes through, keep the left heel lifted, spin the right foot flat, rise up into a tiptoe warrior two. Open out into a tiptoe goddess. Can you keep the left heel lifted the whole time? Bending into the knees, arms parallel to the earth. Start to find some little pulses into the hips. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it low. Drop the heels, straighten the legs. Prasarita, lower the hands, point the toes in. Walk the hands over to the left leg, give it a little hug. Walk through center, over to the right leg, give it a little hug. Back through center, then opportunity to get upside down if you fancy it, headstand or forearm stand. And then when you lower back down, can you do it slowly and with control? Inhale, flat back, hands underneath the shoulders. Walk the feet in slightly. Tuck the upper arms underneath the thighs. Heels of the hands are in line with the heels of the feet. Come onto the tiptoes. Maybe lift the feet, Titibhasana. Cross one foot over the top of the other, bend the knees. Open it back out wide. Cross the other leg over. Open wide. Sit yourself down. Upavista Konasana. Feet wide. Toes point up to the ceiling. Lean over to the left. Reach the right hand to the left foot. Bring it back through center. Over to the other side. Back through center. Keep it going. Finding fluidity through the movement. So you can't tell where one movement ends and where the next one begins. Synchronize the movement with your breath. Maybe you find you can get a little bit deeper with each repetition. Take one more each way. Next time the left hand is reaching, plant the left hand at the top of the mat, lift the hips, reach the right arm forward. Lower the hips, place the right hand down, lift up, reach the left arm back. Then keep that movement going. Lifting as you inhale, lowering as you exhale. Next time the left hand is down and the hips are lifting, right arm is reaching forward. Pause. Lift your front leg. Bring the right hand to the outside of the left foot. Kick the leg straight out to the side. Keep the hand on the foot. Deliver the left heel to the top of the mat and come onto your right tiptoes. Then place the right hand down. Bring the left hand to the inside edge of the left foot. Roll onto the outside edge of the right foot. Lift into a one-legged Vashisthasana. Then we'll move through that a few times. Deliver the left heel down, come onto your right tiptoes. Place the left hand down. Right hand catches the pinky toe side. Spin through into your fallen triangle. Place the heel down, right hand down, catch the inside of the foot. Side plank. Place it down. Left hand down, right hand catches the foot. Kick it to the right. Place the foot, place the hand. Switch sides, open to your side plank. Let's do it one more time. Kick over to the right. Place it down. Lift that left leg, find your side plank. Deliver the left heel to the top of the mat. Place both hands down. Then kick the left leg further forward, landing in your splits or however close to them you arrive on this side. So you can keep yourself upright on the hands. I'm going to stay upright because my left hamstring is not quite as spacious as my right one, so no need to push it too far. You might find that as you hold this shape, you can release a little bit more tension and sink down a little bit deeper. Use those big deep breaths to keep you present, to keep you calm. from your splits, slide up into a half split. Fingertips frame the left foot. Step left knee next to right knee, stay on the fingertips. Walk the hands even further forwards, puppy pose on your fingertips. Find that little bounce through the chest. Slide the hands in ever so slightly, stay on the fingertips. Round through the spine, chin into chest. Inhale, drop the hands, drop the elbows, cow pose. Exhale, lift and round, cat. Inhale, expand. Exhale, lift and round. Let's do one more. Big inhale. Big exhale, fingertips, pause there. Tuck under the toes, fly the hips high, downward facing dog. Find that little bounce into the shoulders. Ground through the palms. Take a moment to breathe, to move or to be still. Preparing for the second side. Come onto the left fingertips. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. Exhale, left toes to left wrist. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, tap. One more, inhale. Exhale, tap. Step just the toes to the outside of the left hand. Coming as high onto the toes as you can. Lift the left arm, find your twisted lizard. Come just onto your right fingertips. Thread the left arm under the left thigh, then wrap it behind the back, still just on the tiptoes. Wrap the right arm behind as well, find the bind, clasp the fingertips. Lower the left heel, spin into left side Skandasana, keeping that bind under the legs. Then we meet in bound half moon on the left leg. So lift the hips up, start to shift the weight into the left foot, lift the right leg, keep spinning the chest to the side of your space. Then as slowly as you can, lower the right foot, stepping it to the top of the mat. Then as soon as it lands, lift the left foot, pull the left knee in towards your shoulder. Extend the leg, bird of paradise. Keep the bind, deliver the foot to the right thigh, bound tree. Release the bind, open the arms out wide. Keep the legs in tree, reach arms up to the ceiling. Come onto the right tiptoes and lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Lift the right heel and pause. Can you stay on your right tiptoes? Keep the arms reaching high. Pull the left knee into the chest. Step the left tiptoes next to the right tiptoes. Tiptoe chair, bend into the knees. Inhale. Drop the heels, sweep the arms back, exhale. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the heels. Exhale, sweep back. 3 more, inhale. Exhale. Fill the lungs with breath. Empty the lungs completely. 1 more. Drop the heels, hands interlace at the lower back. Push the heart forward, bend the knees a bit deeper. Come onto your tiptoes again. Stay on the tiptoes as you slow motion lift the right foot, and then maybe you can stay on the left tiptoes and keep a bend in the left knee as you step the right toes as far back as you can. Then lift the chest into a tiptoe bound crescent. Then maybe you can lower the right heel down but keep the toes pointing forwards. Straighten the left leg, lower the left heel, lift the right heel, hinge down. Then come back up, tiptoe crescent. Hinge down, pyramid variation. Lift up, bend the knee. Last time, hinge down and pause. Bring the torso to meet the left thigh, let the arms drop up and overhead. Keep contact between belly and thigh. Keep a bend in the left knee. Lift the right leg away from the earth. Inhale. Right knee taps back of left knee. Exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. 1 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Can you keep the contact between the right knee and the back of the left leg and just slide it down towards the ankle, then drop it behind, sit down, maybe gracefully, maybe not. Release the clasp of the hands, hug the left knee with the right arm. Wrap right arm under left knee, find the bind. Release the bind, place the right hand down behind you, reach the left arm forward, lift the hips, lift the left heel, inhale, lower and tap, exhale. 2 more, inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Last time, inhale, lift and pause. Step the left foot to the left side of the mat, still on the tiptoes. Step the right tiptoes to the top right side of the mat. 1 arm wheel, inhale. Tap the hips, tap the heels, exhale. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, lower everything down. Last time, lift and pause. Lower the left hand next to the right. Cross right knee in front of the left knee. Cross ankle down dog, facing back. Lower the knees, separate the heels. Gomukhasana on the second side. Take a moment, get yourself set up. Left elbow up, right elbow down, Gomukhasana arms. Find that contrast between the left elbow lifting up, right elbow pulling down. Release the hands, bring them to the outside of the right thigh. Then lift the hips up enough that you can bring the right thigh onto the backs of the arms. Lift the feet. Gomukhasana leg twisted crow. Straighten and unravel the legs. Ekapada. Bend the knees, squeeze them together. Parivrita, Bakasana. Drop the tiptoes down. Left hand, right knee. Right arm reaches back. Toe balance, twist. Place the right hand at the top of the mat. Lift the hips. One arm wheel pose. Left hand down, right knee in front of left knee. Cross-legged downward dog. Roll forward, cross ankle plank, shoulders over wrists. Roll onto the right hand, pull the right knee in, catch the knee with the left hand. Keep the knee squeezing in, reach the left arm forward. Place the left hand down, flip open into Wild Thing. Hover the right foot. Catch the right ankle with the right hand. Keep the leg hovering. Reach the right arm back forward. Press up, three-legged downward facing dog. Step just the right tiptoes through between the hands. Spin the left foot flat. Rise up into your tiptoe, Virabhadrasana 2. Come into a tiptoe goddess. Maybe the right heel can stay lifted as you do so, opening out to the left, arms parallel. Find those little pulses into the hips. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Pause and hold. Lower the heels, straighten the legs, give the hips a wiggle. Toes in, heels out. Prasarita Padottanasana. Walk the hands over to the left, give that ankle a little hug. Back through center, over to the right. Back through center, lower the forearms, find a headstand, find a forearm stand, or just stay in your fold. When you lower back down, can you make it even more slow and controlled than the last time? Hands under shoulders, halfway lift. Step the feet in slightly. Slide the hands in line with the feet. Bring the thighs onto the arms. Lift the feet, Titibhasana. Cross one ankle over, open wide, cross the other ankle over, open wide and sit yourself down, Upavista Konasana legs. Lean over to the left leg, maybe you can touch the foot, back through center, over to the right. Then keep it going. Find your own pace, your own rhythm that matches your breath. Next time the right hand comes forward, plant it down, lift the hips, Reach left arm up and over. Lower the hips, place the left hand and lift. Keep it going. Next time the right hand is down and the hips are lifted, pause there. Lift the right leg, catch the outside of the foot with the left hand. Deliver just the right heel to the floor. Come onto the left tiptoes. Place the left hand down. Catch the big toe side of the foot with the right hand. Spin onto the outside edge of the left foot. Find your Vashisthasana variation. Place the heel down. Right hand down. Left hand catches foot. Kick out. Fallen triangle. Place the heel down, switch the grip, lift, Vashisthasana variation. Keep it going. Catch with the left hand, kick over to the left. Place it down, catch with the right hand, lift up and open. Let's do it one more time. Now deliver the right heel to the top of the mat. Fingertips frame the foot. Step the leg further forward. Lower down into maybe a full split, if that's available on this side. Let's all meet in a half split. Fingertips frame the right foot. Step the knee back. Sink the chest down. Puppy pose. Plant the palms, tuck the toes. Press up and back. Downward dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg high. Exhale, knee to chest, shin to the earth, pigeon pose. Before we sink it down, reach the arms to the back of the room. Inhale, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, hinge and hover over the right leg. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hinge. One more, breathe in. Breathe out, take it down over that right leg. Option to add a twist here. Right arm reaches forward, left arm threads under the right, soften left ear and shoulder to the mat, wrap the right arm behind the back, maybe catch the big toe. Can you keep this bind behind the back as you start to come back upright? Then bend into the left knee and maybe Reach the left hand up and over and catch hold of the foot with the left hand. Unravel the right hand, bring the right hand to meet the left hand. Now keep the right hand on the foot, wrap the left arm behind the back, look towards the left hand side. Maybe the left hand wraps around and catches hold of the right inner thigh. Release the grip, release the foot, unravel the arms, plant the hands, lift the back knee, step it back into a high plank, pause, come onto right fingertips, left, down right, down left, up right, down left, down right. Keep it going, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right. Last time, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right. Wave it back, downward dog. Sweep the left leg high. Knee to chest, shin to the earth, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. Get yourself set up. Extend the arms backward, big breath in. Hover over the front leg, breathe out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. One more, breathe in. Breathe out, fold down. Left arm forward. Right arm threads under the left. Left arm behind the back. Maybe catch hold of the big toe. Keep this bind behind the back. Unravel, press upright. Bend the right knee. Maybe catch the right foot with the right hand. Pull the foot in towards the head. Unravel the left hand. Bring it to meet the right. Bring the right arm behind the back. Maybe it reaches the left thigh as you turn your gaze over towards the right hand side. Release, release, release. Both hands windmill to meet the earth. Back knee lifts, step it back into your plank. This time let's just wave it straight back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Release a full breath out. Now step, hop, jump, float. Make your way through to the top of the mat. Plant the soles of the feet. And we'll keep up our slow theme as we roll down towards the earth. As if I don't include this in all of my classes anyway. Get a few inches above the earth, pause and hover and hold. Lift all the way back up. Two more, lower. Pause, breathe, engage your core. Come all the way back up. Last time, lower it down, pause, breathe, lift the feet, straighten the legs. Hold for one more inhale and one more exhale. Then release all the way down onto the back. Walk the feet in so they're hip width apart. Inhale, bridge pose. Exhale, lower. 2 more, ripple up with your in-breath. Wave down with your out-breath. Last time, big inhale. Big exhale. Plant the hands next to or in front of the shoulders, fingertips point forward. Press up into wheel pose if you're feeling up for it. Knees can be bent or straight. Play around with any variation, lifting one leg. I was going to say lifting both legs, but that definitely would not work. Maybe come down for a forearm wheel. Any back bends that you enjoy, now is your time. If you can down for a forearm wheel, maybe see if you can press back up into a full wheel. Then see if you can lower yourself down with control in slow motion. So the hips land silently on the mat. Take a moment to observe the effect of those back bends on your breathing, on the sensations that are present in your body. Bring the feet as wide as the mat, let the knees rest in. Give the knees a windshield wipe from side to side, letting them drift left and right. Back through center. Right leg wraps around left once or twice, eagle legs. Drop the knees over to the left. Cactus the right arm. Bring the left hand onto the right thigh. Back through center, unravel, switch legs, left leg on top, knees drop to the right, cactus the left arm, place the right hand on the thigh. Send some big breaths into your left rib, your left ribs, left lung. I would be worried if you only had one rib. Spiral, unravel, back through center. One final squeeze of the knees into your chest. Then release into Shavasana. Find a shape that feels comfortable. Grab any extra layers to stay warm. Take any final little stretches on your way down. Whatever you need so that you can comfortably settle in here into stillness. Giving your body and mind the time to unwind. Giving your breath the opportunity to settle back into its natural rhythm. Giving your mind, your body and soul the opportunity to integrate whatever it is that you cultivated in that practice. Whether it was the ability to slow down and be present, the connection to your breath, the grounding into the earth, the release of tension that doesn't serve you. Whatever it is, use these final few moments to connect to that. Let it become ingrained throughout your entire being. Then when we leave our mats in a few moments, we might be able to carry whatever it is that we've cultivated today away with us until the next time we arrive on our mats. If you would like to stay in Shavasana for longer, please do so. You can pop this video on pause, chill out for as long as you need to, as long as you can, as long as you would like. If you're ready to move away from this practice, invite in a deeper breath, invite in movement that feels good. Can that movement be slow and juicy and mindful? Keeping that connection to your body and your breath right until the very end of this practice, maybe even after the end of this practice. Find your way back up to a comfortable seated position. The eyes can stay closed if that feels comfortable. Let's finish our practice with an intention to slow down for the rest of our day, whatever that means for you, even if it just means adding in a few extra pauses to connect to your breath and to connect to sensations in your body, giving yourself more opportunities to rest and be still, giving your mind an opportunity to slow down by taking breaks from all the various stimulations and inputs and information that we're usually taking in, just having some moments to be still and quiet. Then whatever it is you have planned for the rest of your day, I hope that you think peaceful thoughts, I hope you speak peaceful words, and I hope you feel peace in your heart. Thank you so much for choosing to share your practice with me today. It was pretty different from my usual vibes, so like I said at the start, it would be really good to know if you enjoyed this style of class and if you want more like it. I did enjoy planning it and filming it, so I'd be happy to make more, but let me know what you think. Yeah, subscribe, thumbs up, comments, whatever you feel like doing or saying. I'm here for it, but more importantly than anything else is to have a great day.